Good evening, everyone. I am thankful for this opportunity to be able to present to you a particular part of the GCGO that have been that bothered me and my team, which is agriculture. With me on this team, I'll be working with this team is Tom Teachers Project One. I'll be working with Dominic Solomon Ajode, Ajibola Faloye, and Ogon Okeke, which is myself. Okay, and the topic of our problem is the impact of pest for armyworm on production and profitability of maize farming in southwest Nigeria. We know that maize is not just a food crop, but is also a raw material and it also serves as a lifeline to so many household that meaning that many people use it as a source of livelihood to sustain themselves. Now, this poor armyworm we know is very, very sneaky because it may start without your notice, and before you know it, it has damaged a lot of things in your maize farm. Having this damage causes a lot of problem for farmers because there'll be reduction in crop yield, loss of income, and you see that food scarcity, and you see that some of these farmers enter into debt. And I have a particular case of Mr. Akman who lost his son because of the losses he incurred in that in his maize farm. He could not afford the hospital bill. He had a very big maize farm, but because of this fall armyworm, everything was almost damaged that he could not get anything out of it and he could not afford the bills. So this particular incident also piqued my interest um, in this particular sector. And we all know that agriculture is a major sector in our world today because without food, we barely survive. And maize serves both as food as raw and also as raw material to other things like feed and every other thing and all many major things in our country. Okay, this problem is very, very important because as we see, it can cause loss, it can cause debt, and it can affect not just the farmer but also the larger sector or the larger society, the country at large. Okay, I've talked about the story of Aban. Now, after some research on the southwest Nigeria, where we found out that this maize, the fall armyworm ravages this maize farm at a particular season, mainly the rainy season. Considering this, we can see that some areas with higher rainy season are affected more, like Osun State. Osun State was affected more in this particular case. We saw that there is so much loss in 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 this fall armyworm. Now, having considered this problem, I came up with a solution with my team. We decided that if we can get anything that will remind the farmers, okay, this is the period you can water your farm, this is the period we can do this is the period we can apply pesticide to avoid this pest. Because if they have invaded your farm and you spray them, it will not just kill them, it may also affect the crop and also affect those that will eat the crops at the long run. Now, we came up with a solution which is a digital calendar app that helps farmers remember to plant, water, and control pests. Now, the reason why we chose this because it helps to remind farmers, because most farmers don't even know when this particular fall armyworm affects their maize. What they do is that they just come to see it, and some apply pesticide early that it will not even kill the pest, while some applied so late that the pest have already damaged the crops or it affect the crops itself, that even the end users are affected, like health wise. Now, we chose this app that it will remind farmers a particular time that is best for them to apply pest, water the farm, and control this pest and control this pest. Okay, now we did had a wireframe of this app we're talking digital app we're talking about, a calendar app. We just highlighted three of them here. We have welcome to AgriPaddy, select language. AgriPaddy is the name of the app. select your language, which means it's user friendly. It doesn't matter whether you speak Igbo, English, any language can use this app. Now you log in with your login and you continue. The wireframe continues. Okay. Now from this app, there are constraints in this app. The constraints are that some of the people don't know how to use it, may not know how to use it because some of these farmers are not educated, while some are not buoyant enough to get a mobile phone. But with the help of NGOs, with the help of the government, with the help of private sectors, it can be affordable, it can be made affordable. And we've decided to include and to make the app some of the key features of the app offline so that farmers, when you don't have data, you can always access and do what you want to do. Now, when we sent back out this wireframe to some of our users, they came back with it. They came back with some of the their pains and their needs. They said that they need to detect and stop pests from attacking their farm early. They need to make more profits from their maize farm, and from this, that's why we develop the app. Like we said, this will cure or elevate these pains. This will help to minimize the rate at which these pests ravage the maize farm. Our recommendations, like during our user feedback, like I said earlier, we create a step by step in order to protect user. Like some of the users also complain that um insecurity, that they are afraid of fraud and every other thing. So we decided that we have to include in the app a step-by-step guide. When one uses the app for the first time, we have to add more farm related visuals, adding offline access for key features and all that. Okay. Now, if upon after this presentation I get funding for this particular app, I and my team will be very, very thankful, and will turn our idea into a functional product. We'll validate and refine our concept, define the scope and PRD, product requirement document. We'll build our team, design the UI, start development, start up back end infrastructure, the MVP, um, test softly, then we market and we sell. And I believe we are going to do well. We believe we are going to sell our products because this is what farmers need. Like I said, they need a solution to this form amimo, which attacks most, if not all, maize farms. And this our solution will help to detect this pest, help to remind farmers to apply these pesticides early, when to water their plants to avoid this pest from ravaging the farm, because we notice that this pest, sorry, ravages the farm mainly during rainy season. So this app is developed to curtail all that, and I believe that the app is user friendly. So encourage us to I encourage you, my employer, to invest in this app because I believe it will sell. I believe it will help farmers. I believe it will improve our agricultural sector, which we know is the lifeline almost of the country. Because without food, we cannot succeed. Without food is even the raw material which other sectors succeed. So I encourage us to invest to fund this particular app, and we'll see that this problem will be curtailed. Thank you.